Ho, 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 everyone, and welcome to baking my first Christmas pudding. I know it's a polarizing dessert, but I figure if you're here, you must like it. So stick around to the end to see if it actually works out. This recipe is from Chef John at allrecipes.com. Just Google it. So let's start with the fruit. The recipe calls for golden raisins, currants, cranberries, and apricots. Actually, I replaced those with about a cup of candied fruit. It's so good. You'll need 15 pitted and chopped medjool dates. They'll keep the pudding moist and provide a bit of sweetness. Introducing my mother-in-law. She's zesting an orange and juicing it up. Tip: zest before juicing. Anyway, she's measuring out the alcohol to soak the fruit in. It called for 3 tablespoons, but pretty sure she's got a heavy hand. Some recipes say to soak your fruit overnight, but not this one. And honestly, you don't need to.
3. That was sensible.
Here we are mixing our wet ingredients together with the fruit and then adding a good amount of chopped pecans to add a bit of texture to this very dense cake. And after taking a few shots, we added our dry ingredients, mainly flour and breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs really surprised me. I suppose they really help bind the pudding together. After buttering the bowl, we added the mixture and patted it down. We just use a ceramic bowl. You don't need to buy anything fancy when making a pudding. This is when we called in my husband, a retired math teacher, to work his magic making a cover out of parchment paper. It's a great trick to make the perfect fit. I guess it really is math and not magic. Anyway, we covered the pudding twice and then once more, all around, followed by 2 layers of foil and strung it together tight. Apparently this is referred to as a cater wrap or something like that. Here's my father-in-law putting it in the fridge to rest overnight. I think 8 hours will also do. The next day, I popped it into a boiling pot of water with a rack at the bottom. If you don't have a rack, don't panic. Use chopsticks or rosemary, anything from preventing the pot resting on the bottom. You want the steam to be able to circle around the pot. After 4 hours, we called in the big guns to flip the pudding onto a plate. It didn't actually work the first time, so my mother-in-law ever so gently coaxed the sides with a knife, which, as you can see, was finally successful, although a small section didn't come loose. Don't panic if this happens. You just have to surgically put it back together and patch it with a little maple syrup. And look how nicely it cut. I was really worried it would fall apart, but it didn't. We served ours with a brandy sauce and vanilla ice cream because you can never have enough sugar at Christmas. So everyone, hope you enjoyed being in the kitchen with us and good luck with your own Christmas pudding. Merry Christmas, everyone.